start with some breaking news coming in. According to police sources, the Luthra brothers are expected to be brought back to India later this evening. The Luthra brothers have been located at a resort. Authorities are now processing and clearing their travel documents. That's the latest that we have for you on this breaking news coming in. The Luthra brothers who have been detained, the process has started for their deportation. Big news coming in at this point. The ball has been set rolling. The Luthra brothers have been detained in Thailand, and they're likely to be back within the day, is what we are being told by our sources. This is a huge development. It all started with a blue corner notice, and then after that, when the Ministry of External Affairs moved to suspend their passports, which forced them to stay in Thailand, after which the Thailand authorities, with of course the coordination and cooperation of Indian authorities here, who had requested for action on the ground, have ensured that they have been detained. Joining me live, Akil as well as Aditya on the story. Aditya, coming to you first, what are your sources telling you? We could see the Luthra brothers touch down in India within a day.
Well, yes, that's the big development coming at this hour, Vedika. We are breaking this first on NDTV. A big development in Thailand. The government of India in action mode, sending details to the Thai authorities. And last night in an operation, both these Luthra brothers have been apprehended. They're detained by the Thai authorities. And in the next 24 to 36 hours, we could see the possibility of a special team, likely Goa police, traveling to Thailand and then coming back with these Luthra brothers to India for them to face music. For 5 days, relentless chase by the Goa police and the security agencies in this particular matter, but also the Ministry of External Affairs that swung into action immediately. NDTV reporters, the largest contingent of reporters in Thailand, also relentlessly chasing each and every part of the investigation. What really happened was two aspects. One, the CBI actually put in a blue corner notice against these individuals, and thereafter there was a process that was underway to suspend the passports as per the Passport Act by the Ministry of External Affairs after they received a request by the Goa police. So immediately after that action was taken, what we know so far is that these documents were submitted through the Indian Embassy in Bangkok to the Thai authorities, and then we had the detention in a major operation last night of both these Luthra brothers in Phuket of Thailand. And now in the next 24 to 36 hours, Vedika, we'll see a special team of Indian officials, likely Goa police, because they are the lead investigative agency in this matter. They could be traveling to Thailand. The distance is roughly about 5.5 hours in a flight, and then taking formal custody and bringing them back. And then on Indian soil, once they touch down, there will be medical examination, and then they will be produced before a local court. The Goa police will be seeking their custodial interrogation because they want to know what went wrong that night. And of course, there are suspicion that the Luthra brothers wanted to hide something. That's why they were evading the arrest. And merely hours after the brutal incident in Goa, a carnage of sorts, they left the country because they wanted to hide something, and there was some kind of a guilt in their mind. So as of now, relentless pursuit of justice here on NDTV continues. Even we tracked down the two major suspects in this case, the Luthra brothers, who have now been apprehended in Thailand, and in next 24 to 36 hours will be returning to their home country to face music as per the law of the land.
Aditya, stay with me while we also bring Akil into this coverage. Akil, the Goa police, like Aditya said, will want the custody of the Luthra brothers because what has happened in Goa. What are your sources telling you about all the arrangements, all the plans, all the meetings happening on the ground ahead of their deportation?
Well, Vedika, if you see the moment both the brothers have been detained in Thailand, what we have seen that the Chief Minister has called in a meeting, and in next 30 minutes we can expect that meeting to be started, in which it's very likely that the talk out plan of bringing back both the brothers will begin. And if you see in this very crucial meeting, senior officials from the police department, which include the GGP, senior IG level officers, DIG level officers, and the North Goa SP, who is basically investigating this entire case, Mr. Harish, he will also be present in that in this very meeting. And apart from that, if you see what we have been learning from our sources, that for the last 4 and 5 days, the moment this very incident took place, both the brothers basically tried to dodge questions. Both the brothers basically tried to dodge the law and order. Both the brothers basically tried to manipulate the system, because since the very beginning they have been saying that they have complied with the law. But if you just go by the details shared by the Goa police, they have said that there were several norms which were flouted by these two individuals, and in the FIR copy it's clearly mentioned that there were no emergency exits. So that place, the Birch Club place, has a capacity of approximately 250 to 300 people. But when you go inside that very Birch Club, there at that spot, you cannot find even a single emergency exit. So there's a big question mark on the part of those two individuals who have been constantly claiming that they are basically cooperating with the district administration. But right now, what we are seeing that as far as the investigation goes, there's a big success with the Goa police team, because since the beginning they have been chasing both the individuals, and initially, if you see, there were 5 arrests which were made by the Goa police, and during the interrogation they have got to know by the interrogation of one of the co-accused in this case, who has been identified as Bharat. During Bharat's interrogation, it was basically confirmed that there is one more co-owner in this very Birch Club, and his name has been identified as Ajay Gupta. And then what we have seen that Ajay Gupta was also tracked by the Goa police team, and then what we have seen that Ajay Gupta kept on changing his locations in order to avoid the arrest, in order to avoid the police questioning. His first location was found in Noida. Then what we have seen that his another location was found in Sohna as well, and then in Gurugram. Then finally, he basically to dodge the police, he said that he's not well. He has got some spinal injury, and he himself got admitted at a private clinic in Lajpat Nagar area, where with the help of Delhi Police Crime Branch team, the Goa police team arrested this very individual, and they have taken that very individual on a transit remand. And behind me you can see the visual of this very police station, Anjuna police station, where he has been kept, and it's very likely that within next 30 minutes at around 12:30 the Anjuna police team will take him to the court, where the Goa police team will at least seek 6 to 7 days of police custody to interrogate further this very individual. And apart from that, they are also going to corroborate the statements made by other individuals, because initially, if you see, the chief general
Akhil, I am going to come back to you for a moment, but I want to focus on the Luthra brothers as well at this point. Aditya is still with us. Aditya, 2 big developments that led to what happened last night. The news, of course, being confirmed by NDTV yesterday itself. One was the blue corner notice, and the other was when the NEA stepped in to suspend the passports of the Luthra brothers.
Yes, so according to my understanding, both these steps were the pivotal stone for the handing over and the detention of both these Luthra brothers in Phuket in Thailand. Because remember, immediately after the incident, they had evaded the authorities and fled to Thailand merely hours. There's a visa on arrival, so they didn't have to really worry about the visa at that particular time. It was NDTV that broke first that they were in Phuket. We had the first photograph from Thailand here on NDTV, and NDTV again breaking first the details of the deportation. We understand that Indian officials would be traveling to Thailand to take over the custody, but the 2 important developments that had happened in the last 5 days, one was the blue corner notice by the CBI that was issued on the request of the Goa police, and thereafter the Ministry of External Affairs also stepping in to in fact begin the proceedings and the process for the cancellation of the passport of both these brothers. This as per the rule book, as per the law of the land, or again on the request of the Goa police. While that process could be still on, the blue corner notice significantly played a major role in this for the Thai authorities to in fact step into action. In fact, I am being told, Vedika, that Thailand and the Thai government went out of the way to help their Indian partners. That really speaks of the goodwill that India has in Thailand and the bilateral bridge between New Delhi and very significant role. And might I also mention Indian ambassador to Thailand, Nagesh Singh, who also played a very critical role in this entire matter, apart from other security agencies and the Ministry of External Affairs. So the Indian embassy has been officially informed about the detention. There will be Indian officials and perhaps officials from India also traveling there and taking the formal custody of the Luthra brothers. And thereafter, we will see both these brothers being brought in to New Delhi or perhaps Goa. They will be taken for medical examination before they are produced before a local court for custodial interrogation demand by the Goa police. So certainly at this particular stage, it's a big shot in the arm for the Indian security agencies and the Ministry of External Affairs, and we await the return of the Luthra brothers to face music.
And a big statement as well from the Indian government at this point that you can run, you can hide, but you cannot escape the law. We have our reporters tracking every development, be it in Goa, be it in New Delhi, be it in Phuket. We have all of them joining us live. We also have Mr. Vikram Singh, former IPS officer, former DGP UP with us on the broadcast. So I'm going to come to you in a moment from now, but a quick recap for our viewers. The law has finally caught up with the Luthra brothers, owners of the nightclub in Goa, where 25 people died in a fire incident over the weekend. Saurav and Gaurav Luthra, who fled India following a fire at their nightclub, were detained in Thailand. We broke the news first here on NDTV. Exclusive photographs emerge of the Luthras in detention, holding their passports. With their detentions, the brothers will be deported to India, we believe, in the next 24 to 36 hours. That's what government sources have told NDTV. Indian officials are heading to Thailand to bring the brothers back, the fugitives back. Saurav and Gaurav have been charged and face a case of culpable homicide not amounting to murder and negligence. The developments come hours after the passports of Saurav and Gaurav had been suspended. And like Aditya Rajkal pointed out, this was a huge step, a pivotal move by the Indian government, because of which they were stranded in Thailand. They couldn't move out with the suspension of passports, and this prevented them from traveling further from Phuket. And that is how they were detained. Huge cooperation, like Aditya Rajkal pointed out there between the Indian government and Thailand. Tejshri is reporting from Phuket. She's bringing us all the developments. Here's a ground report from our correspondent.
Well, tracking the Luthra brothers who fled the country after the fire tragedy happened there in Goa's Romeo Lane, now NDTV has reached Phuket, and we are reporting just outside this particular police station. You can read Petong Provincial Police Station. This is the same police station where Luthra brothers, Gaurav Luthra and Saurabh Luthra, were kept after they were being detained. That's the, let me tell you, that's the Kattu area from where they were detained, and this police station is just few meters away. That is why they were brought over here. Next, they were taken to CIB, and they will now be, a process has been initiated so as to deportation to India. Their passport has already been cancelled, but exclusive pictures only on NDTV to show you the visuals so as to what's happening over here, because we have been continuously tracking the details so as to how this club was built on an land which was completely meant for agriculture, for salt pan. Not just that, but the kind of activities, the manner in which the activities that were also being carried out, that were not meant to be carried out and on that particular lane. And now NDTV has reached over here in Phuket to get you the ground reality so as to what is happening as far as the Luthra brothers are concerned. The sources from Indian government have in fact also stated that the government, the officials from the Thailand are also in full cooperation, and hence we next needs to be seen that what happens if the deportation takes place, then when it will be, because Indian authorities also need to come over here to Phuket. Not just that, but also remember that they will also be either taken to Bangkok to be produced in the court for further formalities, or in fact will be produced here in the Phuket as well. Minute to minute, all the updates we'll be getting you latest from Ground Zero. This is Tejshri Purandare from NDTV from Phuket.
Tejshri will be joining us shortly as well. She'll be bringing us exclusive details from the ground there in Phuket. Aditya Rajkal there with us, Akhil and Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, thank you for speaking to us here on Breaking Ground. Well, the ball was set rolling 4 days back, sir, as soon as the Luthra brothers fled the country within hours of the inferno, the deadly inferno that claimed 25 lives in Goa. But this deportation process shouldn't take too long. Can you just take our viewers through what we should expect within the next 24 to 36 hours?
Good afternoon. Yes, certainly. Aditya has very lucidly explained the various steps that go to extradite a person and have him deported from Thailand to India. The first step is to issue a blue corner notice, which is just by way of inquiry and sharing the antecedents and the criminal liability of Gaurav and Saurabh. That happened, and at breakneck speed, the passports were cancelled. Once the passports got cancelled by the Ministry of External Affairs, proactive steps were taken not only by the MEA, but also by the embassy in Thailand. And they also have, because of the close coordination and cooperation between the two countries, and also the element of trust and a functional relationship that ensured that the Thailand police apprehended these two who had absconded and gone underground. make no mistake about it, Vedika, that these boys, and I would not say boys, that these criminals are absolutely adept in having their monkey tricks full of such modus operandi so that they can go underground, hole up, because the manner in which they fled Goa at 1:17 in the morning, they obviously had a plan B ready. And during the course of the plan B implementation, they reached Phuket. In Phuket, they had the hotel ready. And they, just by with the brazen manner, they give a video statement also. But now the task has begun that you can rest assured. I'm given to understand that they should be in India by late tonight. And if not by late tonight, certainly by tomorrow. In any case, what requires now to be done is that the first step, that they should be taken on a police custody remand for at least 14 days, because it is not just the question of the fire and the inferno that saw the life of 25 innocents being extinguished. I mean, these many number of innocent Indians were murdered in Pahalgam. And then, we had Operation Sindoor. And also, this is not an ordinary tragedy. This is a tragedy of the worst kind. And there are multiple callousness at multiple levels. Therefore, the process of extradition is an imperative, and I'm happy it has happened at breakneck speed.
Mr. Singh, do stay with me, because I want our viewers also to understand at this point how the Luthra brothers were nagged. We've got a lot of information coming in through our sources, and I want to put that out for you. The Luthra brothers' passports were suspended. Remember, this is a huge step, and this came after the Blue Corner noticed that their passports were suspended. What happens when your passport gets suspended? You, of course, can't move out of the country that you're in, you're visiting. So they couldn't move out of Thailand. It became illegal for them to stay in Thailand. That's when the Thailand government and authorities stepped in. They detained the two brothers under that provision, and now Indian officials will be on their way, if they are not already, to bring those two fugitives back. I don't want to even call them Luthra brothers. They are criminals, they are fugitives, they are cowards, and they will be coming back, touching down on Indian soil in hours, maybe 24 hours, maybe less, maybe 36, to face the music, to face the law. Coming back to you, Mr. Singh, before I go to Aditya as well on this, why is it, before I even ask you that question, let's talk about the anticipatory bail plea. There are a lot of claims being made in the anticipatory bail plea filed by Saurabh Luthra. He says that they are victims themselves, that there is no reason for them to evade the law. They will cooperate with the authorities and they will not leave the country. I mean, these are sham claims to make, given that it didn't even take them a few hours to leave the country after the inferno that killed 25 people in their restaurant on Saturday night.
You're very right. These fugitives are clutching at the last proverbial straw, and that is that they don't have legs to stand on legally and morally. Understand, how can they be victims of crime? Victims of crime do not just go disappear into thin air. They don't go underground, and they don't have an escape plan B. Obviously, this is indicative of the criminal intent, and also the fact that they have a lot of explaining to do to the investigators, how they were able to circumvent the NOCs, the mandatory inspections, how they broke every statute in the rule book, clause by clause, building construction that was not authorized, getting things done in a manner to give it a shack-like look, which was totally unapproved, getting the fire NOCs that had expired, and also getting those approvals in spite of the fact that there were demolition orders in December 24. Yet they managed not only to survive, but continue their nefarious activities and undesirable activities right since then. And in fact, had they been had any respect for law, this thing would not have happened. But the fact is that they were able to circumvent, they were able to overcome and bribe their way through is indicative of the fact that they have criminality and have blood of 25 people on their hands. By no stretch of imagination can one say that they are innocent and they are victims. They are not victims. They are the perpetrators of this crime.
Aditya Rajkol still with us. Aditya, how easy is the deportation process going to be? What are your sources telling you? Is the team already on its way? Which team will this be? Will it be with the Goa police representatives? What details can you share with us at this point?
There are two aspects here, Vedika. One is a regular deportation that takes place. There, of course, is coordination between both the capitals. In this particular case, New Delhi and Bangkok. Official documents were shared, legal documents were shared through the Indian embassy in Bangkok. Of course, Indian ambassador Nagesh Singh playing a critical role in that as a catalyst. But also, it's important to mention here about the India-Thailand relations and how swiftly the Thai authorities worked immediately after the Indian government alerted them. Had this been any Western country, I have to say this, had this been any Western country, it would have taken years for any kind of a deportation of a fugitive to take place. But it says really great about the relations and the bilateral cooperation that is there, the friendship and the brotherly relations that are there between India and Thailand that has led to this day. So, of course, the deportations regularly are not a very easy affair. But in this particular case, as Vikramji also pointed out, and he has vast experience in this particular area as well, that there is a blue corner notice that was first initiated, and the Indian government worked by the rule book step by step. After the blue corner notice was issued by the CBI, there was an process that was started by the Ministry of External Affairs at the request of the Goa police, and that is for the cancellation and the suspension of the passports of both these individuals, Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra. These are criminals who are evading the law, who are running away from the law, and certainly the law will catch up. And the law has caught up because their detention has taken place in Phuket. NDTV, of course, was the first to track them down in Phuket. We put out the first photographs as well. And it's a matter of time that they will be now facing the music here in India. Yeah. The officials will be taking custody of both these individuals in Thailand and then bringing them back home. It's important to then, of course, see how the investigations go forward, because there is not just huge negligence in this entire matter, but both these brothers were trying to manipulate the law entirely and trying to evade the law. If they had nothing to hide, why did they exactly flee the country within a few hours of this brutal incident?
Aditya,
in which 29
because in their
innocents got
anticipatory bail plea, that's exactly what they're saying, which is in complete contrast to their actions. And I will bring in Nupur, who is our legal correspondent. I will bring in Mr. Singh as well as Akhil on this. But before that, I have that anticipatory bail plea filed by Saurabh Luthra here in my hand. It's about a 31-page document. I want to bring some excerpts from it for our viewers to understand what the plea is all about. Now, Saurabh Luthra in his plea has said, have all documents valid and up to date. He says new fire safety equipment was purchased on the 4th of July 2025. Performer brought her own equipment. No flammable materials were used is his claim, and there's no knowledge of circumstances surrounding the fire that he had. Name appeared in the FIR for the first time is his claim, and he suffers from epilepsy and high BP, need regular medication and treatment, bulldozing property, a retaliatory action. Mr. Singh, before I go to our correspondence, where does the epilepsy fit go? Where does the high BP go when you have to go to Thailand?
Vedika, if I were the investigator, I would say just go fly a kite. All your arguments are most unconvincing, to say the least, and it is totally on expected lines, because all such hardcore escapists of law and those who are accustomed to breaking the law and taking the law in their own stride are getting fancy names of epilepsy. You're very right. If he is suffering from epilepsy and other such, chronic ailments, he had no business to take a midnight flight, and that too in the wee hours of the morning, and then go to Phuket, and that too a flight of 5 hours. Therefore, on the face of it, it is a blatant lie. Convincing he should be subjected to a rigorous medical examination and show his past prescriptions. Whereas, by the way, such hardened criminals also have their old prescriptions, medical file ready. Just in case of need, they can produce that medical file, a thick one at that. Yes, please.
Nupur is also joining us live. Nupur, what time is this hearing scheduled for? Also, just take us through the key claims being made by Saurabh Luthra in his plea. Because what's interesting, Nupur, and I'm going to read out from page 9 of this document, what Saurabh Luthra goes on to say is that the applicant and his partners operate from Delhi and do not run the day-to-day operations. The day-to-day operations are managed by those on the ground or the restaurant managers. So clearly passing the buck already. They're saying we had nothing to do with this fire. It's the day-to-day operation manager who has everything to do with it in a way.
Well, yes, of course, Vedika, these arguments were briefly made yesterday before the Rohini court. They had, in fact, went to the Rohini court seeking a transit anticipatory bail so that they get time of 4 weeks to come back to Delhi, then go to Goa and then apply for an anticipatory bail there. So these are the submissions that they made, which you were reading out, that they are taking no responsibility. In fact, they are calling themselves victims. Lawyers appearing for the brothers yesterday apprised the court about their medical conditions. As you rightly said, that they are claiming that one of them has epilepsy and have other medical conditions, and that's why they are seeking anticipatory bail. However, the court did not.
Gupta, here you see Mr. Gupta is being taken from the very police station, Anjuna police station, right now to the court, where what we have seen that it's very likely that at least 6 to 7 days of police custody is going to be demanded by the Anjuna police right now. With video journalist Sushil Akil for NDTV 24/7.
All right, Akhil, there bringing you the latest from Goa, where you have Mr. Gupta, who's being taken to court right now. There will be a demand from the Goa police to seek his custody at least for a week. Remember, he's a key piece to this entire maze, to this entire case. But going to Akhil now. Is Akhil with us right now? All right, we lost Akhil, but I'm going to go back to Nupur. Nupur, just continue what you were saying, because we're going to try and get Akhil next on that breaking news coming in of one of the accused, Mr. Gupta, being taken to court. Go ahead, Nupur.
Well, Vedika, what I was telling you was that the hearing is scheduled for 2 p.m. today at Rohini Court for their anticipatory bail plea. But what is important to note here, that if, as reported by our colleagues Aditya and Akhil, if the Goa police has already taken custody from Thailand, then this particular application in Delhi might become infructuous. It will be important to see that what they actually tell the Delhi court today, because if the Goa police has already taken the custody, then this entire application here in Delhi might become infructuous and might be of no use to them here. They might have to approach the Goa court with a fresh application of interim bail application, because if they are already taken into custody and the police says that it is an arrest, then the anticipatory bail plea, that is a pre-arrest bail plea, might become infructuous and they might have to approach the lower court in Goa for an interim bail. Rest, we will keep you updated. When the Rohini court takes this matter up at 2 p.m, we will get to know more about it.
All right, let's tell you more about Ajay Gupta, the person that Akhil was just talking about. Then I'm going to go live to Akhil as well. Ajay Gupta is one of the owners of Birch by Romeo Lane. He was arrested about a day ago or two, if I'm not mistaken, after lookout notice was issued against him. He is now in Goa, where the Goa police is demanding his custody. Akhil live with us. He's tracking that case. He's on his way to the court as well. Akhil, a big day for the Goa police, not only because you have the Luthras who will be soon deported to India and hopefully they will go to Goa, but also they're demanding the custody of Ajay Gupta.
Well, that's right, Vedika. If you see, we have just confronted this very individual who has been identified as Ajay Gupta. Ajay Gupta was taken into custody by the Delhi Police Crime Branch Unit, which is assisting the Goa police in connection with the case. And right now, if you can see, we have just asked him the question that why were the basic fire safety norms were not taken place, because he was one of the co-accused, one of the co-owners in this case, and he kept mum. He did not respond. So right now, if you see, he has been taken to a local court. We are just following the cavalcade of the Goa police team towards the court right now. He's just approximately 200 meters away from our vehicle. So we are just heading towards the court to track this very individual. And it's very likely that the Goa police team is going to seek at least 6 to 7 days of police custody in connection with the case. Because earlier, if you see what we have seen, that two more persons, two main co-accused, which include Gaurav Luthra and Saurav Luthra, both the brothers, senior brother Gaurav Luthra, 44-year-old individual, the fugitive second brother, Saurav Luthra, 40-year-old individual. Both of them have been detained by the authorities in Thailand. Now they are being brought back to India. It's very likely that they will be brought back by late night this very evening, once the documentation process will be completed. A few moments back, I've just spoken to one of the senior official in the Goa Police Department. She has said that as of now, no team has been sent to Goa. But if you see, the process is still on to bring back those individuals from Goa. So right now, if you see Ajay Gupta, who was one of the key co-conspirators, because why I'm saying conspirators, because they knew the flaws of the system. They knew that how that club was functional for a very long time. And right now, what we are seeing, that this very person, Ajay Gupta, is being taken to the court. We are just following the Goa police cavalcade right now, and it's very likely that the Goa police is going to seek at least 6 to 7 days of police custody to further interrogate this very individual so that they can get more details regarding the involvement and the specific role of this individual, because since the beginning, Mr. Gupta has been denying that he has got no role to play in that very
and
club
Mr.
because
Gupta
he was just a
has been
sleeping
saying that he is
partner.
a sleeping partner. I'm going to come back to you,
Gupta.
Akhil, because I want our viewers also to go through the timeline of events right now. What we're going to bring to you is a map of how the probe first started in Goa, then of course moved to Delhi and then to Thailand. It was at 11:39 p.m. on the 6th of December that the fire broke out at the Birch Nightclub in Goa. This club, like you know, is owned by the Luthra brothers. Sleeping partner, as claimed by Mr. Gupta, is the third person. Now at 5:30 a.m., viewers, just hours after the inferno and just moments after they got to know about the mishap, the incident that had taken place at their restaurant, the nightclub, the Luthra brothers booked their ticket and they went off to Thailand. The place they were staying at is Phuket, and that was at about 5 o'clock in the morning of the 7th. After that, the Luthra brothers now, after 4 days, have been detained, and they've been detained in Thailand. Our reporters there bringing you all the details. I still have with me Akhil, Aditya Rajkol, as well as Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, this is a question I always want an answer to, but unfortunately, it brings a lot of conversation around corruption and power as well. Why is it so easy, sir, for people like the Luthras to escape the country so easily?
Well, it was something that was on expected lines. They had a plan B already ready. They had the platform and the system, and I would not like to name the platform, but the moment they saw that the going was tough, they've just got the tickets and boarded the flight to Phuket. Now, to circumvent the system also and to escape and go underground and come out brazenly that they were somebody's a sleeping partner, but the sleeping partner was fully aware. The basic rudiment of any criminal jurisprudence is mens rea or guilty intent. All the three, I dare say with my experience, that they have a guilty intent. They were fully aware of the going-ons, the nefarious activities, how they were able to circumvent the rule of law, and all the permissions and all the sanctions that were required were just done over, and they managed to get to the corruption is such, and it is an obvious conclusion. That is why I say that the investigation is not going to be something that will be over soon, because somebody will have to explain how and to whom they were got over the village panchayat, the BDO, the fire service NOC, and other sanctions that and permissions that were required. They just walked over, and in spite of an order for December 2024 in respect of demolition of the illegal construction and encroachment, nothing happened to them. Well, obviously, we're fully aware of it. You are not a sleeping partner. That would be Alice in Wonderland. You are privy to everything that was going on and all the nefarious activities. Therefore, yes.
Mr. Singh, do stay with me. Aditya Rajkol also with us. Aditya, a lot of developments have happened over the last 4 days. Ever since the Luthra brothers, the cowards, the fugitives fled the country to evade the law. Very quickly for our viewers, could you recap all the action taken by the different ministries, by the different departments, by the investigating teams to ensure that they bring the Luthra brothers back to face the music, to face the law, and to own up accountability, hopefully at some point. Maybe perhaps the court will do it eventually for us. Just take us through the timeline of it all and all the efforts that have gone in bringing them back.
Vedika, of course, NDTV has been at top of this coverage, and what we do understand at this point in time is that it was 5 days ago that this very, very negligent kind of fire took place in Goa, which led to 25 people, 25 innocents losing their lives, and several others injured in this entire episode. Within hours of this incident happening, both the Luthra brothers, who were owners of this nightclub in Goa, actually booked their flights to Thailand. And early morning, Indigo flight was taken and they left the country. If they had nothing to hide, why did they exactly leave the country and instead not join the investigation by the Goa police? Later, of course, NDTV tracked them down in Phuket. We have the largest reporting contingent out there reporting relentlessly on all investigative angles from Goa to Delhi to Thailand. And of course, there was a process that was adopted step by step by the Goa police, by the MHA, and by the Ministry of External Affairs also. It was a two-pronged approach. One was a blue corner notice that was issued by the Central Bureau of Investigation, the CBI, that was sent in immediately to Thailand. And thereafter, at the request of the Goa police, there was a process of the cancellation of the passports of both these individuals, Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra that was initiated by the Ministry of External Affairs. Now, that is, of course, a legal process. It takes a long time. But this was also conveyed through the Indian Embassy in Bangkok to the Thai authorities, who swooped into action. Last night, in a major operation, they actually led to the place where both these brothers, Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra, were hiding in Phuket, and their detention was made. There were two photographs that were put out first by NDTV that are on the screens right now. Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra in the custody of the Thai authorities with their passports on display, that clearly indicating that their deportation is likely to happen. It's imminent in the next few hours. There's a specialized team of the Goa police and the Indian officials that will be perhaps traveling to Thailand to take their official custody. It could happen later today, it could happen tomorrow, but within the next 24 to 48 hours, we will see that both these brothers will be brought back to India, and they will be justice, certainly. There was a huge outrage, Vedika, all across the country, seeking their justice, seeking immediate action. The Indian government working very silently with the Thai authorities. This also speaks about the great goodwill that India has in Bangkok, and how India and Thailand work together silently, very, very silently, to capture both these individuals. And they will be certainly coming back to India to face music in the courts of Goa, where the Goa police is investigating this case. It's a major achievement for the security agencies and the Ministry of External Affairs, because remember, if this would have happened in a Western country, it would have perhaps taken years for the local laws to be adopted and the court proceedings to set, and several roadblocks in this entire way. But between India and Thailand, this speaks of the close cooperation, close security ties also between Bangkok and New Delhi that led to the detention of both these individuals, and certainly a big shot in the arm for the MEA, for the security agencies, the CBI and the Goa police. But the Goa police is the prime agency looking into this case, investigating it further.
Aditya, just hold on for a moment. I will need you in a moment from now, because now we're going to bring to our viewers the inside visuals from the Phuket Immigration and Detention Center in Thailand. That's where the Luthra brothers are currently being held by the Thai authorities. Those visuals, viewers, on your screens first on NDTV, is where the Luthra brothers have been detained for now. It is here that you will find them. We will bring you more visuals from inside this detention center. Aditya Rajkol with me on the phone, live with me at this point. Aditya, we're bringing to our viewers the detention center where the Luthra brothers are being held. And according to your sources, it could be as soon as this evening or tomorrow that they're brought back from this center.
Well, that's right, Vedika. This is the Phuket immigration in Thailand. That's where, people who are being deported or are illegally in Thailand are in fact kept temporarily before handing over to the respective authorities. In this particular case, Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra are in the custody of the Thai authorities in this particular area. These are exclusive visuals coming on the screen only on NDTV in India, because NDTV is tracking each and every investigative angle in this particular case from the moment of this unfortunate incident that actually led to the killing of 25 individuals. Barbaric killing, because certainly there was court negligence that happened in this particular case. And instead of joining investigation, the owners of the nightclub evaded the arrest and left the country. So exclusive visuals coming on the screen from that particular area where both these individuals have been kept by the Thai authorities. On one hand, you can see the photographs of Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra. On the other hand, the exact location in Thailand, in Phuket, where they have been kept. In the next few hours, Vedika, they will be kept in here. They will get food. They will get basic things for survival that are required as per the rule book by the Thai authorities, until the Thai authorities officially hand him over to the Indian government officials in the next few hours. It could happen tonight, it could happen tomorrow as well, but certainly within the next 24 to 36 hours, we will see both these individuals back in India.
You know, Aditya, it was game over the moment their passports were suspended. Of course, it all started with the blue corner notice, but then they became illegal people in Thailand. That's where the Thai authorities stepped in. Am I correct in saying that?
Absolutely. It was game over the moment the Thai authorities had the legal documents in their hands. Because I'm being told, Vedika, that Thailand has gone far beyond the call of duty in this particular case to help their close partners, India, in this particular case. The Thailand authorities were just waiting for that official document from the Indian embassy and the Indian ambassador, Nagesh Singh. And finally, that led to the big detention that happened in Phuket. And now exclusively on your screens, you can see the images of that exact detention center, the immigration center of Phuket, where Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra have been kept. And of course, it's a big achievement for the security agencies and the Ministry of External Affairs because there was a lot of cooperation from the Thai authorities that led to this. In the next few hours, we will be seeing both these individuals coming back to India and facing music and, of course, facing the law of the land. And there's a long way ahead because the Goa police will be seeking their custodial interrogation at least for 14 days. And then more things will be unraveled on the illegality, perhaps, of the nightclub and also how soon justice is delivered.
All right, so reminder to our viewers, Aditya Raj called there recapping for us how it all went down for the Luthra brothers. But remember, NDTV was the first channel to break news on the detention, and that was yesterday during Breaking Ground that it happened. Now there's also politics simmering over the detention of the Luthra brothers. Obviously, there has been criticism by the opposition that we brought to you yesterday as well over them fleeing the country. Now, the BJP maintains that the Luthra brothers' detention in Thailand shows that under the Modi government, criminals cannot hide anywhere in the world. However, opposition continues to target the government, asking how were the Luthra brothers allowed to leave the country in the first place?
They ran away from this country. They should have been arrested that very day when the fire took place. They should have been arrested for flouting all norms. So whoever is saying that they've done a great job and promptly should be ashamed of themselves. Chullu bhar pani mein doob marna chahiye. Because this idea of prompt work is actually in response to the outrage people have made and have created on all platforms asking for accountability. They would have run away from this accountability. They would have probably helped him run. We also have the case of Nirav Modi's, Vijay Mallya's, Mehul Choksi's. So whether detain करना और देश में जल्दी से जल्दी लाना, passport suspend कब करते हैं जब वो भाग चुके हैं. So what are we talking about? Promptness of work? There's no promptness.
लूथरा भाइयों की जो वो हिरासत में लिया गया है, कैसे देखते हैं?
सवाल सीधा सा है. जब वो लुकआउट जारी था तो गए देश के बाहर. इंडिगो की हड़ताल चल रही थी. हड़ताल क्या थी? एक स्थिति हो गई थी कि जरूरी लोग नहीं जा पा रहे, पर घोषित वांछित अपराधी चला गया. मैं तो कहता हूँ मोदी सरकार को नोबेल पुरस्कार इस बात का मिलना चाहिए कि माल्या से लेके मोदी से लेके जितने घोषित वांछित अपराधी उनको सुरक्षित पहुंचाती है. भारत में कोई भी अगर अपराध करेगा या कोई भी गलत हरकत करेगा, क्योंकि उनके उस रेस्टोरेंट में आग लगी थी और उसके बाद भाग जाना बताता है कि कहीं ना कहीं वो दोषी थे. तो दोषी कहीं भी दुनिया में होगा वो निश्चित तौर पर गिरफ्तार होकर भारत उसको लाया ही जाएगा और उसे सजा भी मिलेगी.
जी, तब उनको डिपोर्ट भी करना जरूरी होगा.
बिल्कुल डिपोर्ट होंगे और सजा भी मिलेगी. इतना भी भारत में कोई अपराध करके सोचे कि वो दुनिया में कहीं भी शांति से रह लेंगे, तो मोदी जी के राज में यह नहीं होने वाला. भारत में कोई भी अगर अपराध करेगा या कोई भी गलत उनके और उसके बाद
लूथरा ब्रदर्स को डिटेन कर लिया गया है थाईलैंड में और अब जल्दी उनको
सरकार ने जो कदम उठाया है उसका मैं स्वागत करता हूं. उनके वजह से इतने लोगों की जान गई है तो उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई होना चाहिए.
वो कह रहे हैं कि काफी लेट कर दिया भागने के लिए.
देखो, विपक्ष को कुछ काम धंधा नहीं है. जो अच्छा काम हो रहा है उसके ऊपर भी आपत्ति जता रहे हैं. उनके ऊपर ध्यान देना नहीं चाहिए.
We are just reporting outside the immigration center, and we'll also be giving you the outside image of the immigration center so as to track all the updates so as to what is happening over here. Remember that minutes before we also got the image of Luthra brothers. I'll just turn my camera and show you the images of the immigration center so as to what is happening over here. That's the Phuket immigration center from where we are reporting right now. Remember that minutes before we saw the images of this of these both brothers where they were handcuffed. Not just that, but their passport has also been suspended. Very, we can say that a very important step over here as far as their deportation is concerned. If we talk about extradition, then this is a legal formality. It will take a long route and long time. That is why all eyes on deportation now, because remember that their passport has already been suspended. And if now there are two things that are to be monitored. Number one, that will they be taken to the Phuket court, because Phuket court is also just near to this immigration center. Or number two is also to be noted that whether they will be flying to Bangkok and they will be produced over in the court over there in the Bangkok. But here, NDTV only channel reporting from ground exclusively, getting you the exclusive pictures inside visuals as well, and the outside visuals of the immigration center, keeping all eyes on this upcoming development so as to what will happen next, because both the brothers, remember that they fled in a very dramatic and a very smooth manner. They booked their ticket on the MMT at 1 o'clock approximately, and then they rushed over here in the national capital. I will also keep on showing you the visuals for the viewers so as to get an idea that what is happening on the here at the immigration center. Remember that that's the same immigration center where where Gaurav Luthra and Saurabh Luthra are kept over here. Remember that just few minutes back they were also kept at the particular police station from where they are where they are being brought over here. There are certain kind of formalities that are being followed by the officials. Remember that what we are picking up from our sources from the Indian authorities as well, that the authorities in the Thailand are also cooperating, and the next to be seen that what happens as far as the deportation is concerned, and they are getting the full authority. They are getting they also, you can see the board of Phuket immigration, that's the Royal Thai Police, and now all needs to be seen that what happens next in this particular development, when these two brothers will be deported, when these two brothers will be taken to the airport, and we'll also be tracking them down to when they will be taken to the Bangkok airport, either Bangkok airport or the court in the Phuket itself. That needs to be seen, because now that is in the hands of the officials who are here in Phuket. Because remember that they were on the run, and post that blue corner notice was issued, and post that Interpol had in fact contacted to the countries, particularly Thailand, because it was noticed that they were here in Thailand, and the contact was established. Post that their locations were also traced, that where are they hiding, in which kind of hotel they are hiding. What we also came to know that they changed approximately 3 hotels after coming over here to Phuket, so as to keep on changing their location and identity. And now these are the pictures, the ground pictures that we are giving you just outside the Phuket immigration, because that's the location where they are detained, where they are kept. And shortly when they will be leaving, also we'll be giving you that pictures as well. Back to you.
All right. So what you see on your screens, viewers, Tejshri bringing those pictures to you live from Phuket. The men in black, hands tied with Thai authorities. That's Saurabh Luthra, and behind him Gaurav Luthra, the two brothers who tried to evade the law, tried to evade the Indian laws moments after they got to know about the inferno at their restaurant, at their nightclub, the Birch in Goa, running away from the law, only for the law to catch up with them at this point. They will be brought back to India shortly. We're expecting that to happen today or tomorrow. The ball was set rolling the moment they left India. They fled from India. They are fugitives, they are cowards, and they need to be brought to book. They need to face India's laws, and they need to answer questions of those 25 families who've lost their loved ones to negligence, to power, to corruption, and they want accountability. We leave it at that. Those are the big pictures coming in from Phuket. That will remain our top story even at 1 p.m. here on Breaking Ground with Tejshri, with all our reporters who have relentlessly been bringing you all the turns, all the twists, all the perspectives, all the developments from Goa, from New Delhi, and of course from Thailand.